summit connected to the Korean Peninsula nuclear issue getting underway this Tuesday in the Canadian city of Vancouver. The one-day event, co-hosted by Canada and the U.S., being attended by senior officials representing the 20 nations that fought under the United Nations banner during the Korean War. U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis, as well as Canadian Minister of National Defense Harjit Singh Sajjan leading the sessions. China and Russia not being represented at the summit. Chinese authorities have been on record saying the gathering could end up hurting the recent headway being made between North and South Korea. Two sides have been engaged in a series of talks over the past week, which will include vice ministerial level talks on Wednesday. Chinese authorities saying they'll help Iran deal with the aftermath of a ship collision in the East China Sea. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi extending condolences to his Iranian counterpart over the death of 30 Iranian sailors on board the tanker. There were also 2 Bangladeshis on board. The Sanchi, a Panama-registered ship, sinking on Sunday 8 days after a collision which sparked a huge fire. Iranian media reports suggesting all crew members may have been dead within an hour of the accident. By the time the ship sank, only 3 bodies have been recovered, as well as the ship's black box. Chinese foreign minister in Gabon for an official visit. As part of the meeting with his counterpart, Wang Yi reiterating China's support for Gabon's efforts to realize economic diversification. He also says China will continue to provide necessary support for Gabon in infrastructure development. Gabon's foreign minister reiterating his country's adherence to the One China policy, as well as its willingness to join the Belt and Road Initiative. A recent public opinion poll suggesting Vladimir Putin likely to win Russia's presidential race by a landslide. Survey conducted by a government-owned research center involving 3,000 Russian residents. Results suggesting that Putin may win the election with over 80% of the vote. Also shows that around 67% of Russian citizens likely to take part in the voting, which is scheduled for March the 18th. Artificial intelligence programs built by Alibaba, beating humans on a reading and comprehension test developed by Stanford University. Chinese company says this marks the first time that a machine has outperformed humans on such a test. Researchers at Alibaba also say that the development of AI will likely lead to a significant number of workers losing their jobs to machines. Alibaba has used such technologies to provide customer services on its online e-commerce platforms. A reading test developed by Stanford based on more than 500 articles. The AI machines were asked to provide exact answers to more than 100,000 questions, testing their ability to process large amounts of information. Tencent reaching an accord with Apple to allow users of WeChat to resume tipping. 2 companies settling their dispute over tips, allowing WeChat users to resume giving monetary gifts to their favorite video streaming stars and content providers. Under the new system, tips will be paid to individual content creators rather than content publishing platforms, as it had been before. The tipping function suspended last year as Apple contended that the tips amounted to in-app purchases, entitling it to 30% of the cut. A frontal system now starting to blow off the smog that's been shrouding northern China for the past few days. The system has been rolling through Xinjiang and Inner Mongolia this Tuesday. While it is helping to knock down the smog, forecasters are also warning that temperatures likely to be 4 to 6 degrees colder than usual, with heavy winds making conditions feel even cooler. The frontal system over northern China expected to last until Thursday. Stagnant air as of Saturday, creating smoggy conditions across many parts of northern China. Beijing was covered by an orange alert for smog through the weekend, the second highest warning on the 4-tiered color-coded system. That's the latest from CRI News. I'm Paul James.